this is a movie of two halves, and I don't mean like the first part is good, the second part is bad. The story has two parts, and it's put together randomly. Well, not randomly, but it intertwines with each other. So the part that I think is the weak part is when the main character basically uses his dogs to steal things and to fight criminals. Like, he doesn't fight crime like a superhero, he fights criminals that have wronged him or people he cares about. And yes, you can train dogs to do a lot of things, but they're kind of used in a very over-the-top way here. It isn't all bad, I have to say. Like, there are some action scenes in the closing parts of the movie that are quite good. Like, they are a bit more grounded than other things, but it's still a bit far-fetched, so to speak. But it's interesting. It doesn't ruin the movie completely, but it's the weaker part of the movie. The really good part of the movie is the part where the main character tells his own story. Like, the main character is portrayed by Caleb Laundrie Jones. Many people probably know him from Get Out, which I personally don't really like that movie. But I know him mostly from The Outpost, where he plays a misfit soldier that is really brave, surprisingly, and gets the Medal of Honor, which actually is based on a true event in Afghanistan, but that's beside the point. Like, this guy is a really interesting actor. He isn't like the classical great actor like, I don't know, Tom Hanks. He's a bit different, bit all over the place, you could say. But in this movie, he's really good. The part where he tells his own story, it's hard to describe because he's basically not really acting. He's just telling the story, and a younger actor plays him as a child and so on. But the way he tells the story is really mesmerizing. Like, for me, the movie starts and it's a bit slow and a bit meh, and I didn't really like it. But once he gets talking, it really drags you in. Like, his story, the way he tells it, is really interesting. Like, the end, I'm not a big fan of the end, but that is personal preference. But overall, he does a really fantastic job at portraying this kind of damaged character who is not really, he doesn't really fit into society. He's still, like, fundamentally a good guy, but he walks his own path, so to speak. There's a lot of in here about how dogs are really good companions and how dogs do not care how you look, who you are, what you do. They only know one thing, and that is how to love people, and they are loyal and all these things, which is really nice. And given the fact that there's another movie with dogs out like a couple of months ago that was really bad or bland, let's say, this is a good turn. In general, I would say that this is a movie that lives by one performance. That is the lead character. He does a fantastic job. So anybody who likes movies and who likes to see movies with good acting, not the usual acting, but mesmerizing good acting, you should watch this movie. The story itself, like I said, is a bit out there, a bit doesn't make that much sense, I would say. Well, it's a bit over the top, but that's a movie, it should be over the top. But the main character, the acting is fantastic. He's also the only guy in the movie I actually know. Like, all the other actors I have never seen, or I cannot remember seeing them anywhere. So basically there's one person to sell this movie. This is this guy. And this is definitely a movie you should give a chance to. It's interesting. The acting by one guy is mesmerizing. It is overall a really good movie. If you can overlook, there are some scenes who are a bit crazy, but overall it's a very good movie.